In 1990, the people of Arizona voted to constitutionalize a victim's Bill of Rights. This granted victims in the state of Arizona several state constitutional rights, including the right to refuse an interview, deposition, or other discovery request by a defendant. The bill defines victim as a, quote, person against whom the criminal offense has been committed, except if the person is in custody for an offense or is the accused, end quote. That law also offers something called absolute privilege regarding a victim, meaning a victim is protected from statements made to police in reporting a crime, regardless of the accuracy of the statement to police. This is meant to promote fearlessness in a victim coming forward. This week, I want to talk about Mason versus City of Scottsdale, a 2025 Arizona Court of Appeals case that addresses the balance of police officers as investigators and as victims of crimes while on duty. I'm Steve Serbalik, and I'm a panel attorney with As Cops in Arizona. When officers came to Mason's home to investigate a fight with a neighbor, they found Mason with a firearm in his hand. Officers wrote in their report that Mason pointed the firearm at the officers. Mason was arrested for aggravated assault on an officer. However, when he filed suit for gross negligence against the officers, Mason alleged that he never pointed the weapon at the officers, and that the officer's body camera clearly showed that. Instead, he held it to his side the entire time. This is where it gets complicated. The officer who wrote in his report that Mason pointed a gun at him was also the purported victim of an aggravated assault. In this case, the officer is wearing two hats. One as an investigator, someone who could be subject to liability for inaccurate statements in an official report, and the other as a victim of a crime in the state of Arizona, someone whose statements regarding the crime against them are constitutionally protected from civil liability. So, which role wins, investigator or victim? In the case of civil liability, if you guessed victim, you're correct. The Arizona Constitution protects the statements of a victim, so it supersedes any state laws regarding defamation or other civil issues. So even though the officer made the report as part of an investigation, the officer's status as a victim protects from civil suits like the one Mason filed. Make sure that if an officer is the victim of a crime on duty, they're getting the same victim's rights forms that anyone else would get. Not only is it the law, but the officer's perception of events is important, and the extra protection from a lawsuit-happy suspect means one less thing to worry about. These protections have limits though. Outright lies are not protected, nor should they be. The court noted that, quote, frivolous or wholly irrelevant statements will not be afforded protection, end quote. And that means civil protections. Criminally, a victim can still be charged with making false statements. I'm sure some of you have charged people with that in your career already. And administratively, for officers, false statements will likely still get you in trouble with your agency, and potentially in trouble with as post too. If you weren't aware of the effect lying can have on your career as a peace officer and your certification, I know I have a video on this channel somewhere for you. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like, follow, and turn on notifications. It really helps the channel grow. Be on the lookout for new videos. They come out every Sunday at 5:30 p.m. Arizona time. I'm Steve Serbalik. Thanks for watching, and stay safe out there.
Negative.